Have to see if he's able to avoid the aggression from the side of CoCo. I'll be seeing those Dragon Strikes come in, try to get some early harass. You can see Arcana Pulse not gonna hit.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
some isomorphic viewpoint perspective for you. That is, it looked like it hit, but just barely off to the side. Great dodging here for CoCo. Able to get right around the edge of those Arcana Pulses.
Yeah, yet again. Juking out, not getting hit. Dragon Strike, though. Starting to rip right into space. Gonna have to be careful and play maybe a little bit further back. Arcana Pulse finally finding its mark. But the difference in damage between the two abilities is very large. As we can see, Flag and Drag comes in. Space does get knocked up, and auto attacks just ripping.
Wow,
right
yeah,
CoCo
that's pretty
damage.
bad. Space got hit by that knock up, and that means that well, if he does that one more time, he's dead. So, not to mention, it's just going to get more and more terrifying as the lane phase goes on. CoCo having just the right amount of dodge ability to not get harassed down early on, and then able to hit his all-ins when he goes in for them. It's going to be very, very scary for Space to deal with.
Absolutely. He's got to be careful, especially with that martial cadence on Jarvan the Fourth. 10% of current HP will get taken off. About every 7 seconds, I believe, on the auto attacks. So when Jarvan gets in there with that Flag and Drag combo, he just starts absolutely ripping through. He also gets that increased attack speed from the Demacian standard being dropped down, so it's just going to help him out even more. So we see 13-13.
Putting on this pressure at the turret is good and everything. Oh, Shocking Orb gonna hit.
Nice.
No Eye of Destruction, but he's still going to land Arcano Pulses. And like we said, that extra health potion is really going to matter. Because as much harass... Oh my god, immediate flash out there, but missing the Shocking Orb is a big problem here. Wait, why?
Yeah, the double ignite is down. Dragon Strike comes out. But Space really low on mana. CoCo just going to go ahead and opt to back to his turret. Let the potions run himself up. But what a sudden aggressive play from both of these players.
Yeah, if Space had actually landed that Shocking Orb, I don't think he would have had kill potential on CoCo, but it would have been close. And as is, oh, missed knock up there as well. Slow from the Golden Ages, but nice Shocking Orb. He hits it when it counts.
And staying alive, hanging into this one. Now we can see CoCo very low on mana. Doesn't have enough. Maybe could throw down a Demacian standard, throw out one more Dragon Strike, but definitely not going to be able to get in and make any kind of aggressive plays onto Space from here. I have to kind of sit back and heal as much as possible if he wants to stick around in lane. Otherwise, we might be seeing an early back coming out from CoCo. Space with that passive very much having the upper hand at the moment from the Mana Surge.
Now CoCo should be able to see us at his turret very, very easily, and probably won't want to go for the all-in as soon as he hits level 6. I mean, of course he wants to go in for it. The only problem is that he risks dying before he is as strong as he can be. If he goes back here at either level 5, level 6, he does still have teleport to get back in the lane. This is this weird teleport ignite strategy from Jarvan, and I've actually seen this before, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering that you kind of need Flash to be able to follow the Flash out of your Cataclysm. Now, the good thing, at least for CoCo right now, is that Space doesn't have Flash. He used it earlier on and won't have it up by the time that CoCo hits level 6. So that's actually a big buff if he hits Cataclysm onto Space. It's really hard to miss that spell, by the way. It's going to lock him down and he won't be able to get out.
That's true, but at the same time, here it is actually right as the Arcane comes out. Not able to really find its target. I was about to say, if you get Cataclysm, right of the Arcane could come down and you have nowhere to go as well because you're stuck in that Cataclysm. You force him to drop the walls so he doesn't get blown up by that ultimate from the side of Xerath. But as you can see, CoCo going to go ahead and recall.
Yeah, I do want to mention, you can go anywhere on the map in this 1v1. You just can't kill any minions outside the mid lane. So, it does mean that you can run away as far as you want. You just can't pick up any extra CS outside of your middle lane minions. And with the teleport back to lane, CoCo doesn't actually lose any CS off of that. He's actually, and this is the weird stat that you want to focus on, he's up 10 CS on Space, which is not what you should see. The Xerath by far should be able to CS better than the Jarvan, but CoCo is putting on so much pressure that Space is actually forced to play defensively, and specifically because he blew his flash very early on, he's been having to play extra defensively versus CoCo, who's actually going to get an extra trip back to lane, or back to base, and that's just because Space used Flash Ignite as his summoner spell. That's an... I don't know, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense on a safe farming-based champion. Go with Flash Ignite, very aggressive, does have Ignite back up again, but we'll be waiting another minute for Flash to come off cooldown.
Well, CoCo right back to the aggressive plays, using that Dragon Strike. He's trying to chunk out Space here. Hit him from a safe distance. Looks like he's being a little bit cautious, going all in. He's just holding on to that Cataclysm for the right moment, but as we can see, he is now stretched into a 20 CS lead as we hit the 55 CS mark for CoCo. And this is...
Space actually getting zoned away from the minion line just because CoCo froze the lane on him. And a great job freezing it, by the way, right in front of his turret. Nothing Space can really do. Does have long range on Arcano Pulse to CS, but you're slower when you hold on to Arcano Pulse, so that means that it's easier for CoCo to close the distance onto you, and it's not going to last very much longer. CSing doesn't really give all that much of an advantage to CoCo at this point.
There it is. The Flag and Drag comes in, gets a knock up, but he's going to go ahead and get stunned out by the Shocking Orb. Take back a little bit of damage. Little bit in favor of Space there, takes CoCo down fairly substantially, but potions are going to go ahead and bring him right back up to a safe amount of HP.
Like I said, this fight comes down to, can you hit your Shocking Orbs? If Space lands one during the all-in, then CoCo probably loses it, especially if he does it under turrets, so does have to watch out for that. We'll get this cannon minion, and with this focus on CSing and sustain after coming back from base, it makes it look like CoCo wants to have another opportunity to buy before he finally goes in for his inevitable all-in. And with the 20 CS lead, he doesn't have to worry about going back to base and losing his lane, because he's already so far up ahead. There's no way that Space will be able to come back and win.
Were it not for Space having Flash right now, CoCo would have lethal with the Cataclysm. As we can see, he goes into the Flag and Drag, gets the Cataclysm down, but actually Space does not. He's not able to get out, and he is just going to go ahead and fall, and that's going to be 1-0 in favor of CoCo as he picks up that first kill.
And that is going to be game one going to Space. Nice all-in. We'll get a quick instant replay. Shocking Orb does land, it just doesn't last long enough, and we were talking about that Flash being essential, but not essential enough. Yep, he used it a little bit too